There is no way that you have ever seen a skate park more dirty than this. This is Power Washing Simulator, and this is the filthiest skate park that I think I have ever seen. So we're gonna clean that up for today's video. Now, we've always gone around and just did one part at a time, but today we're gonna try to see if we can just simply slice this bit in half and then just give it a good clean one bit at a time. Now, before we get started, I need some help from you guys. I've become completely incapable of finding anything good for breakfast, so let me know what you had for cereal this morning down in the comments below, because I'm desperate and I'm hungry. And having said that, let's get ready with the cleaning job. Oh God, I didn't mean to switch this. And let's make this a bit of a different episode because we have a lot of things to talk about. So if you're new to the channel, well, you might be wondering what the hell I'm gonna be talking about now. And I don't know if it will make any sense, but just stick with me here because your input is very, very much valued. So some of you might have noticed that we've sort of gone for a different theme with the channel lately. And for the people that have been following me for quite some time, you also know that I've been playing a bunch of crossout ever since my channel started, really. It was what made my channel grow way back in the day when I started doing YouTube, and it's what's keeping my channel at a very nice, steady growth, and something that I really truly appreciate. Now, all good things must come to an end though, and I think that's also slowly what is happening with crossout. So I think I'm quite certain when I say that I've posted my last crossout video, and there's actually a few reasons for this. Well, first of all, there's just not the same audience for crossout that we once had. And that is a bit of a shame, but it's also just not really fun for me to post the game anymore. It's just not a game that I enjoy playing anymore, and that way ever since I started doing YouTube, I really always wanted to be a YouTuber that just did a bunch of different games and not be caught up to just one game. It's fun, in my opinion, to be good at a game, and I like the competitive scene that many games can deliver, and that includes crossout as well. But then again, we're just in a situation where I don't find it fun anymore, and I just haven't found it very fun for a long while. And as you might have noticed from the videos that I have uploaded, well, then there are just so many funny games out there that we could play. So it's also been natural to sort of slowly just start making a switch towards those, and that just doesn't really leave much room for crossout. And because of that, I kind of just decided that, well, you know, all good things must come to an end, and I have uploaded officially my last crossout video. But there's also some more things to this. The ever famous YouTube algorithm is a funny size, and it's not really something that is very easy to get, you know, full understanding of. It always surprises, and you never really know what it's gonna throw in your face next time you upload a video. But one thing I think I can say for certain, and I've been testing this for quite a while now, is that the YouTube algorithm seems to be liking the crossout videos and really recommending those. And the issue here is then that the other content that we upload on the channel does not really get promoted as much. And then if it's not a crossout video and the video does not get the same kind of exposure within the first 30 minutes, well, then the video is just doomed to be terrible, because after that the algorithm just does not suggest the video to anybody at all. It's funny to see this because when we had a good week of no crossout uploads and we just had a bunch of other videos, you could see how those videos slowly were gaining traction for me, and I was so happy about that. So I was like, okay, let's try uploading a crossout video now and see what happens. And basically all of the videos that I uploaded after that then, that was not crossout, sort of took the same D route again, and just no suggestions at all. So just by uploading a couple of crossout videos, well, then it looked like my stats were just tanking so hard, and I'm quite confident that it was not just because it was a failed video, because it was so consistently after uploading a couple of crossout videos, well, then they just don't get any recommendations, and the stats are just suspiciously terrible compared to some of my other videos that I uploaded where I had a good week without any crossout uploads. So there's definitely something there that I don't really fully understand, but in an effort to at least just eliminate that, and considering that I don't really play all this much crossout anymore anyway, well, then I might as well just want to take it out of my upload schedule completely and spend a lot of good time on all of these other good games, Power Washing Simulator included. So there will be no more crossout on the channel. There will still be crossout streams on my Twitch. If you haven't followed that already, well, there is a link down below. And I'm gonna do what I can to branch out my content more for just a great variety of games, because like I said, there's just so many good games out there, and especially all of these small indie games are just so much fun. I'm really enjoying those right now, and I feel like that's where I want to put my energy for the future of the channel. So if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this kind of content, well, then you're definitely in for a treat. And maybe you can even let me know down in the comments like what kind of games you like yourself, and what you think a good game would be for YouTube, because I'm always open for suggestions. I'm always looking to play more games, and I know that you guys are sort of the main people that also play games. That's why you're here watching games as well. So you probably know a good title or two. So don't hesitate to suggest those in the comments whenever you watch one of my videos if you found something new. And yeah, that's sort of where we're going with the channel, and I think I can honestly just say that I've enjoyed the past couple of weeks recording a bunch of different games more than I thought I would ever enjoy making YouTube. So I'm 100% certain that this is the right choice. Of course, I also know that this choice might bring in some downsides. One of those downsides being that, well, not everybody is gonna follow along anymore, and I fully respect that. I don't expect people to stay subscribed if their subscription has no value to them. I mean, my content has to create value for the people that watch this, and if it doesn't, well, then it makes no sense for them to stay subscribed, and I do not expect people to stay subscribed if that is the case. So if you're one of those dudes that is just like, I'm not gonna watch TreeBurgers if it's not for crossout, well, then I just appreciate you for being along for the ride for as long as you've been here, because I mean, I wouldn't have made it to anywhere close to here if it wasn't for the people that have helped me get to here. But I'm also hoping that the people who then still feel it's funny when I make other content, well, I just hope to see you more in the comments, and you know, see you leave some feedback about what you like, because I'm trying my best here to grow the channel in a rate where you guys are also happy with the content that's coming out. And I know that it's not like I expect people to provide the solution for me, because at the end of the day, this is my YouTube, and I also need to do it in a way that I find funny. If I don't do it in a way that I find funny, then it's not going to be funny content for me. And if it's not funny content for me, then I doubt that it'll be funny content for you guys as well. So it's a fine balance that we gotta reach, but I'm sure we can get there together. So just a thank you to all of the people that are subscribed, and to the people that are not going to be subscribed anymore. Well, thank you so much for being along for the ride so far, and I just, you know, I hope to see you guys more in the future. One day we'll be coming back, but then again, it is just a game, and this is YouTube, which is more than just one game, at least for me. So I'm not too sad about it. I'm just excited to see what the future will bring for my YouTube, and I really hope that we can get there someday. When I started doing Among Us, and I started playing with some of my personal YouTube favorites, like, you know, Dre and Blitz and some of those people that I've been watching myself for a long time, even before I started doing YouTube, well, then I started believing that what I was doing was also right. I really had faith that all of the stuff here that I've been recording and putting energy into is at some point more than likely gonna pay off. And I've always had this dream of hitting 100,000 subscribers so we could get the silver play button. That would be very, very cool in my opinion. But I haven't really actively been like, today I want to have this many subscribers, tomorrow I want to have this many subscribers, because I also really want to just enjoy the process as we go through it. And that's definitely something that I have been doing ever since I started. So I would be surprised if that changes anytime soon. But I feel like it's always nice to have goals, and if we don't put these partial goals down every once in a while, even though I don't know if 100k subs is a partial goal considering the fact that we have 13,000 right now, but you get the point. I'm just hoping that we can get there one day. If I can stand at some point with my old silver play button in my hands, then I'm just gonna be a very happy YouTuber. That's what I'm trying to say, but it's definitely not gonna be the end of us then. We're gonna continue doing this for as long as it's possible, and some part of me just, you know, I don't want it to stop. So thank you for being awesome, everybody who's following. I guess that's kind of just the point I'm trying to make here. And also this playground is just the perfect, it's the perfect power wash job to just sit here and talk to you guys about life, because honestly this one is so straightforward. We don't really have any annoying surfaces. It's all just easy to clean surfaces where we just have to swerve back and forth as we cut through all of this dirt. I kind of stopped our little going back and forth over here, but I figured I just wanted to clear the ramp, and then I ended up clearing the loop, and now we've actually done most of the loop. Let's just finish up the loop, and then we can go back into our going back and forth, because I think that's the quickest and most efficient strategy at this point, rather than cutting all around the place here to get all of this dirt. Loop is almost clean. Oh, they take this as an arch apparently. I don't know, should we finish this up entirely, or should we just like do the side here and then move on? I think we're just gonna do the side and move on, because then we get over here quickly, and then we can take it as we make it to there. I'm unsure if we can walk all the way over it, actually. Can we do that? Do we have a ladder with us or something? Or can we just jump up here? Okay, we can just jump up here, so I guess that's pretty easy after all. I'm tempted to just finish this thing, actually. Nah, we have a plan, and we stick to the plan. That's what I agreed to when I started doing Power Wash Simulator, because otherwise we would just be all over the place and we wouldn't keep track of what we had finished. So let's stick to the plan, which is just clearing this one stripe at a time. We were using the green nozzles, so let's just get that fixed. One thing I always forget when we play this game is the fact that we can actually hit the right mouse button, and I don't have to hold my mouse button down. It just kind of toggles this on and locks it on, and then I just only have to walk. I would be sitting here for hours while I was doing this and pressing down my left mouse button until my finger hurt. And then all of a sudden I just realized that, bam, I don't have to. So this is a true blessing, honestly. It's so nice. I'm also kind of wondering, how big is this floor? Is it like all of this? Okay, so that's a spine, so that's not included. What about these? Fun box. So I think it's just this base level here that is all included in the skate park floor that we have to clean. It should be durable though. But speaking of the YouTube algorithm, of course, at the end of the day, this is all conspiracy, but I talked to some of my YouTube buddies that have way more subscribers than I probably ever will, and they also know quite a lot more about it. Some of them even went as far as to have people try to calculate on what they experience with the numbers to try to figure just somewhat how the algorithm works. And it just honestly feels like you're getting punished if you started out your YouTube career like I did, with just running off of mostly one game and mostly the same game all the time. It really feels like that's the case, and I know that there will be the people saying that, no, your content is just bad. And while that might hold some truth to it, I'm not going to decide if you like my content or not. That's up for you to decide. That's the beauty of YouTube. But it's still just, it's suspicious like how hard you get hit on specific videos that are in, if you look at other videos, should just gain a bit of traction because it talks into a hot topic, and then they just don't do it. But the algorithm is a weird size. So if you're still watching at this point, well, help me beat the algorithm. And you can actually help me beat the algorithm rather easily. All you really need to do is just to leave a like down below, to leave a comment when you watch the video. And the more of the video you watch, the happier the YouTube algorithm will be. And then we're all happy. And that's a good thing. Oh, wait. I think we forgot to clean this up here. You know what? Let's just clean this section because it's kind of cut off from the rest down there. So we're just going to continue work up here and just get rid of all of this right there. And this, I don't know if you should switch to the yellow nozzle. It looks like this is just baked in here a little bit better. Yeah, we are. I think the yellow nozzle is actually my favorite when we do this because it has a pretty decent spread, and honestly, you can clean pretty much all of it with just one swipe. It's looking rather good. Wait, how much of this fence do we have to clean? Oh, I guess all of it is dirty. Do we have to go on the outside as well? Good. Right, so it's only on the inside. I don't think we can actually get to the outside of it, so at least that's good. But for now, let's just stick to the wall here and not go any further than just that. Right on. So there we are. We now have a nice clean cut all the way through here. We just need to clean this top bit as well, but we're gonna do that later once we reach that over there. So now we can just continue our walking back and forth here. This is definitely some of the simplest cleaning that we have been doing in quite a while. And you know what, since this is also partially cut away from this, let's just give this over here a good clean as well before we advance over to the rest of the area. So we'll just do this box right here, but there's enough work to be done here, so that should be done in no time. I mean, if you look at this place and you just completely ignore this wall, well, then it actually looks pretty good already. I'm loving, like, the devs of this game have done one thing right, and that's one of the main reasons that this is such a huge YouTube success, because making a good looking thumbnail in this game literally takes no effort. There's bright colors all over the place. There's massively dirty walls all over the place, and it just looks so good. It's so pleasing to the eye to play this game. I think that's one of the most satisfying things about it. Oh, we gotta get this up here as well. Back to the favorite yellow nozzle. It looks like that thing gets all of this without us having to go over it twice, and that's good. It's besides the graffiti there, but we always need to just give that a couple of times. I don't even know what the best way to remove this is, but seems like if you just go over it super slow, then easy as that. We got it. Beautiful. Also this. Nice. I kind of wish we would get a better power wash eventually that's gonna blast this off in no time, because I mean it's not the most demanding job to stand here and wash this off as well, but it's just such a slow progression. So I would really want a better power wash eventually that will just do this a bit better. But good news is that I think we get around $900 once we complete this job. So if all things go well, then we should actually be able to buy the next power washer, the Prima Vista. I think Prima Vista, something along those lines, 3,000, and I think it's $2,000. So that hopefully is available to us soon. But I think we're actually done with this area. It's looking rather good. We only have a few spots of dirt left every once in a while, and those won't really matter for this area to be completed. So let's just progress over here again. And since we're now back at the main area here, I think the job will again just be to walk back and forth here for a little bit and just take these one line at a time. So I mean, we're making some pretty good progression here. We actually made it to a point now where I have to start separating this because we're getting to all of the ramps and stuff. And then I was like, oh, this is actually a rather easy job. But I think I also just considered this half that I have done to be a finished job until I then start realizing that once all of this is done, we still have pretty much half of the park left since I split it into two. But it's about those part-way goals that I talked about before, right? But still, I think this by far has to have been the most satisfying job that we have done so far. I don't know what it is, but it just fits my way of doing this so well when we can separate all of these areas into individual sections that we can then clean, because it's so easy to manage. We don't have to think about it, and just seeing this car through the dirt one bit at a time is just very satisfying. I don't know, but I feel like I'm quite far into the cleaning job, and I haven't even gotten sick of it yet, and I'm quite sure that is a first for this game, because the level of frustration that this game can otherwise bring is just, it's out of this world. So I'm literally at the final little chunk of the first half here, and this is also now that I'm slowly starting to lose my mind, because this graffiti is just so just incredibly hard to get off of here. It's not like it takes a lot of effort, but you just have to be so slow. So when you think you're done like an entire wall in a second, because you can use pretty much any spray to clean this, well then right after you get to this graffiti, and you just have to stand here and just swipe slowly to the left and slowly to the right, slowly to the left, slowly to the right. I am just praying that the next power wash upgrade will be something that'll deal with graffiti. But if I know this game correctly, well then I'm also pretty sure that they're going to bring in a new challenge that is going to be just as horribly annoying as this. But I'm really excited to see that we got this much done already, and I think this is honestly the worst half of the park. The other half over here is just a bunch of surfaces. There's not as many walls, I don't think, at least not as big of a wall as over here. So I think we took the worst part first, which is good. So at this point, we're literally a few inches of power cleaning away from having completed the first half. There it is. Beautiful. So I think that's actually all. This is looking quite good. At least if you look at this half. If you look at this half, it's not looking as good. Wait, what is that up there? Is that? Oh, that's dirt too. Now that's done as well. Let's just double check. I actually see a wall over here too, not completed, but that is because it's connected to this one. No, it's not, but it's connected to that little bit there. So we'll actually get that done. But hey, we did it. We got some of this fixed. It's looking pretty good. Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do. Let's get onwards with the second half. I think we're actually going to split this one up as well. So if I just grab my white nozzle head here and I just cut straight through the playground right here, or the skate park rather, just like that. Then we're gonna start with this half, just because then it seems like we get more completed. We don't really get all of those satisfying dings as much here, because there's so many huge surfaces, all of these floors and stuff, and the walls, they're kind of big. So it also takes some time between each of them being completed. So we just gotta set up our own goals so we can just be rewarded somehow. And I'm thinking if we just split this up a bit, then that's the best way to do so. But again, mostly just plain surfaces left. So I think we can do this without me having to go to bed tonight with a huge nightmare about the power washing, and that's gonna be a good thing. So you know, like I said before about this maybe not being as painful as I thought it would be, just the sheer amount of ground that has to be power washed here still slowly is tearing down on my soul, and just makes me regret every single decision when I thought that, well, yeah, let's just give power wash one more try. It's still so painful, but we're making pretty good progress here though. I'm just gonna clean this, and then I think we got the tops of all of the walls. There shouldn't be, well, except for that one and that one, but hey, we got some of it, and all of these walls are now done. except for that one, but that is connected there and there, so that's why that one is not completed. And I mean, we're 70% done all over, so this is this is coming together quite nice. We just gotta keep the focus going here for the last little bit, and then we should be done in no time. Okay, there's really not a lot left to go now, but I also found a way to just reward myself even more. So bam, there we go. We have a square that needs cleaning. So all I have to do now is just clean this little square. Then I can always say that I accomplished something in here, because right now it feels like there's just so far between all the goals. But I cannot give up now. 75% complete, and we just eliminated another square. I don't even know what's more painful at the moment to clean, but I think when I look at this feels more painful, so I'm actually gonna go for that one, because then that over there should feel like a breeze. So let's just keep on going. I don't know why, but cleaning these bits of the skate park floor here is so freaking satisfying to me. I don't know if it's just divided into these perfect squares and then we get to go around and remove those, but it's a bit like cutting grass, really. Just walking back and forth and seeing these squares being left, and then if it's just perfect so that you can hit it with you getting it all in one go without having to split it. Oh, and that was the skate park floor. This place is looking good. We only have this little corner left. We're doing good. Let's keep it up. So I think the only thing we have left now is just the gallery floor. At least we just hit 99%, and it's the only dirty thing I see left here. So I'm really hoping that this will be the final bit. You know, I'm just gonna cut it quick here, and hopefully we don't have to take every single little last bit of dirt before it gives us the complete. Sometimes when you have these big surfaces, well, they do allow you to leave a good bit, just a good chunk of gunk without having to clean that before they give us the complete. And for this specific part right here, well, it's gonna be the job complete anytime now. Don't hold it back. Oh, there, darn it, we still missed something. Okay, so we need the gate over here. Well, the gate is very much almost clean. Just the hinges. There we are. So that is the railing. Then we have a rail. Oh, and this railing as well. So just get that one too. Good, clean there. And then we just have a rail left, and I think I know which one. Oh yeah, that's the one. Now where's the dirt on it? It's underneath here. How do we get to it? Just right there. And job complete. There it is. Beautiful. Oh man, that was a long one. I just love these time lapses. Look at how we cut this in perfect squares. That is some of the most satisfying I think I've ever seen. Oh, it's so good. And that was actually a pretty nice clean. Now, not only do we have money for a new power wash, but we also have a few different jobs. So I'm thinking we might have to take on the shoe house for the next one. See ya.